A handsome Italian stallion with a tight and shiny curls threw away his life of luxury to shoot a CEO.
Mangione
Allegedly, he's a Luigi, he's a Luigi. Pass the gelato, show us his feet. Spicy Luigi gave up the good life. Now he has porcupine meatballs to eat. Such a clever dude, he drew a square house. Never wanted notch, and now he's got a square cell. Health insurance is not his thing. Now it's time to sing, sing, sing. He's a Luigi, he's a Luigi. Pass the gelato, show us his feet. Spicy Luigi gave up the good life. Now he has porcupine meatballs to eat.
Hey everybody! Excited Utterance here. My name is Hella. It's Luigi time. It's Luigi time. I've been waiting for this motion to be available for us to read for the last few days because Luigi's Pennsylvania lawyer, Mr. Tom Dickey, who is quite a legend, he's pretty funny. I do like him. He has filed this motion to suppress, which is pretty great. His motion to suppress is all about his client's rights being violated back when he was first arrested in Altoona, Pennsylvania. Yes, indeedy. And so I do like Mr. Dickey. He's quite funny. And he's also, the most recent thing that's happened just on top of this is that he has also filed a motion for Mr. Luigi saying that he is not going to be doing any Zoom hearings, right? So he wants to have all expenses paid trips to Pennsylvania to be in the courtroom in Pennsylvania for any hearings. That's going to make it a bit difficult, isn't it? Considering he's in federal custody right now in New York. So that's going to hold things up a bit for Pennsylvania. That's so funny. So funny. Hello, Justin. How are you? Hey, dosa spicy meatballs. Yes, indeedy. Alrighty, let's get into it. So, before we do the actual the actual motion, I wanted to show you something. Hey, John. I wanted to show you something that someone made about Mr. Dickey, which I thought was quite great. Let me show you this. So I'll just go up here. Oh, Dali's here somewhere. Alrighty, so I don't think that's really Mr. Dickey, but this is pretty great. So let's see what Mr. Dickey has to say about what's going on.
What's certification? Certification is Tom Dickey is saying, look, Pennsylvania, you want to bring my client in? You want to have any motions? We're not doing it over Zoom. He has a 6th Amendment right, 5th Amendment right, 4th Amendment right to be in the courtroom. So we're not going to litigate anything unless you bring my client back to Pennsylvania. He filed that certification. And then what did he file? He filed a motion, new motions, a motion to suppress the warrantless search of the backpack, envelopes, containers, computer chips, and other property purportedly belonging to the client. Yeah, and he's saying, look, you didn't have a right to, there's no exigent circumstances there. We've talked about that before. And then he filed, here's a neat one. Yeah, here's a neat one. a motion to suppress DNA. Let me tell you what the police did. They took him to the police department after they arrested him. Said, you want something to drink? Here, have something to drink. Then they lifted his DNA off the can. Yeah. And Tom Dickey's saying, hey, if you arrested him illegally, which he's saying they did, then that's fruit of a poisonous tree, and you can't use that. And then he filed a motion to quash a bunch of the charges. This relates to his habeas corpus motion. He's saying, hey, you whisked him out of the state before you could even establish a prima facie case on any of this stuff. So therefore, all the Pennsylvania charges should be dismissed because you didn't establish a prima facie case. Yeah, exciting stuff. And then what else is there? I'll tell you what else there is. There's a motion in limine. What's a motion in limine? And a motion to suppress his statements. They're saying when he had his arraignment, he invoked his right to the Fifth Amendment to remain silent. So anything he says there can't be used against him. Good stuff. Then he has a motion in limine. What's a motion in limine? Oh, this is a beautiful thing. A motion in limine is a motion saying, hey, you can't use this in court. And what's the motion in limine over? The manifesto. And you want to know what he says about the motion on the manifesto? He says it was his personal notes. It was his writings. They're the ones that came up with the word manifesto, not LM. And therefore, you can't use the word manifesto in this case. Good stuff. Plus, he put in a motion to amend or supplement the motion. Hot off the presses, from the boomer. You got it here first. Boomer out.
Hot like Luigi's feet pics.
Who is this guy? Hey, Rockstar. Some dude impersonating Tom Dickey. He's pretty good. Yeah, we need a manifesto pun, darling. Hot pocket, how's it going? Hey, defeat a festo. So yeah, Tom Dickey, like he seems like a bit of a crazy guy on the surface, but he's filing motions all over the place. He's pretty great.
Those are pretty good.
He's pretty good. And yeah, I mean, Pennsylvania is a bit of a different beast. So who knows? Who knows? But I mean, a motion to quash the charges. Good luck.
I mean, it won't go anywhere, but you do it. Why not?
Oh, hello, Ange. How are you?
Hey.
Oh, here we now J-Rock and AG will be here any second. You watch. They'll be here. Hey, Irish. Up, Irish. How are you, love? All right. So, what are the Pennsylvania charges? So that was where he was arrested, right? So, he was actually. Good question. What are the Pennsylvania charges? Well, we can bring those up.
Well, I'm trying to get them right now.
Oh, yeah.
Probably preliminary hearing notice. Oh yeah, so charges. Forgery, utters forged writing. Firearms, not to be carried without license, and tamper records or ID writing. So I believe that was the fake ID. Mm-hmm. And then the pew-pew.
And the pew-pew.
So, I mean, It's not great, but it's not...
It's nothing like the other charges.
Yeah, it's not like the facing the DP. Oh, look.
No one wants to face the DP. Of course, J-Rock's here. Hello, J-Rock. Fancy meeting you here. All right. So, thank you to Dali for getting hold of this document. It took a couple of days. People were talking about it online, but the actual document was a little bit harder to get. But it's a 36-page document. We're going to talk mainly about the motion to suppress DNA because that seems kind of interesting, how they are going to try and suppress the DNA that they got from him in Pennsylvania. So, but we'll have a look at the beginning of the document. So, because we talked last time about how they were going to try and suppress his search and seizure of his backpack. So let's have a look at the beginning of it, shall we? So in the Blair County, Common Pleas, Blair County, Pennsylvania. Now, just to keep this to put this in perspective, guys, so this is the Pennsylvania charges, but he's currently being held in federal custody in New York. And so he faces charges federally, potentially the death penalty federally, although the feds have not said for sure that that will be on the table. It's just a threat at the moment, but his main counsel, which is Karen Diagofilo, if I say that correctly, she is being very clear that you need to tell us now because it changes the whole landscape of the case if he's going to be facing the death penalty, obviously. So he's in federal custody, and but the New York charges, he's going to face them first, right? So even though he's in federal custody, he's going to be facing the New York case first, which is kind of odd. So it's like, why are you in federal custody if you're facing New York charges first? Who knows? And so she's complained about that because she has not got as much access to him whilst he's in federal custody. So this is all happening last, right? So the Pennsylvania stuff comes after everything else. And yeah, his attorney in Pennsylvania is Tom Dickey, who's quite hilarious. And he's trying to get all of the charges quashed. So he's got a bit of a job on his hands. Hello, Steve. How are you? Hey, J-Rock. Hi, J-Rock. Good to see you. I'm over here.
Wow, we're going to put you in horny jail.
Mm-hmm.
Bonk.
Because the murder on NYC kind of trumps the PA charges. Why would PA waste money pursuing them? Because they want to be part of this, right?
Yeah.
Like, this is all just a big show. We want to be in on the whole Luigi thing, right? And it's also part of, like, why do the feds want to be part of this? What's with the death penalty, right?
Well, Trump's in office. He probably wants to bring back the good old days.
Yeah, right. And yeah, did you say hi to me, J-Rock, or did you just...
I don't know. J-Rock never calls me Sunshine either.
Oh, hi, hello. Yeah, hi. Mm-hmm. Good. All right, let's get into this. So, it's the Luigi, eh? So we need to have our Italian accents on it.
Hey?
If you're not going to put some effort into it, I'll do it myself.
Oh, you want me to start reading?
Yeah, so we're going to just do the first little bit of this, and then we're going to go to the DNA bit. We need to go, and now comes Luigi. If you need to...
And now comes Luigi. Rawr. Nicola Mangione, defendant above named by and through his attorney Thomas M. Dickey, Esquire, and pursuant submits the following, Petition for writ of habeas corpus, The defendant, the petition herein, is restrained by his liberty in the instant charges, inasmuch as bail was denied a preliminary arraignment by magisterial district judge Benjamin Frederick Yones of this judicial district by order entered on December 9th, 2024, which bail had not been modified or reduced.
Hey.
Hey.
Hey. Okay. All right, so let's go forward. I think it's page 19. So actually, I'll just tell you guys what the main things are that are in the other points. So, so there's charges alleged, criminal information filed on record. So firearms not to be carried without license. Defendant believes that the instant charges are not supported by prima facie case. Petitioner further avers that any evidence seized, obtained, or in the possession of law enforcement and or the Commonwealth purportedly in support of any of the instant charges was illegally obtained and unlawfully for reasons set forth supra in defendant's motion to suppress. Yeah, I was wondering.
Either that or gay Italian, I don't know.
You need to work on it, mate. Oh,
I had 5 minutes.
you didn't. You had an hour.
Well, I forgot.
Okay, see, I actually have Italian heritage, so
True.
mm,
That is true.
maybe I need to do this. The petitioner is not restrained herein by virtue of sentence after the conviction for criminal offence within the contemplation. I don't know what that means. The privilege of a writ of habeas corpus is now suspended in case of rebellion or invasion. What?
Is not now suspended in the case of rebellion or invasion when the public safety may require it. Pursuant to venue for this petition for writ of habeas corpus, which challenges the legality of the petitioner's detention or confinement in a criminal matter on the grounds of insufficient evidence of a prima facie case, lies within the Court of Common Pleas of Blair County, being the judicial district in which the order directing the petitioner's detention or confinement was entered, Ah, mamma mia, wherefore pursuant, the defendant prays that the court issues a writ of habeas corpus, and after the requisite proceedings grant relief, Luigi, by discharging the defendant in the above captioned criminal action. Should discharge in whole not be warranted, quash such charges that are not supported by a prima facie case. Hasta la vista, baby. And / or grant such other relief as justice may require.
Okay. My friends, really? Your name's Salvatore? Salvatore?
Really?
Really? Okay, from now on your name is Salvatore. Or Sal.
That's my name.
By Franzi Sal. Sal by Franz Sal. Ah, yay! Your name's Sal. That's so cool. Thank you for that. Thanks for doxing yourself. Awesome. Salvatore Dominique. Oh, that's so cool.
You're also
If you guys don't
nasty.
know, the 911 audio in the Idaho case just dropped. Yeah, apparently. It was a bit clarifying compared to the transcript. Yeah, I heard. I haven't actually heard it yet, but yeah. I don't want to go to Grey Hughes' channel. That's all. But yeah, apparently. I think it's somewhere else as well, so.
Good.
I'll have a look after this.
I'm sure it'll be everywhere.
Yeah. Okay. All right, so I just want... No, just calm down. Calm down. Right, calm.
I want to make a pizza.
All right, so they're talking about how in the McDonald's, the 2 APD officers who arrived at McDonald's were uniformed, armed, and fully equipped with other police equipment. Ooh, baby! They had their batons. Defendant was seated at a dining table that was lodged in a corner between 2 connecting concrete walls. One concrete wall was immediately to his back, the other a wall to his immediate left. Directly in front of him was a dining table with 4 chairs. The defendant occupied 1 chair, and one unoccupied chair was to his immediate right. The remaining 2 chairs were unoccupied and were directly across from him on the other side of the dining table. Defendant's only natural path of travel, other than climbing over the dining table, and on route of egress to the right. This would require only the slight movement of the unoccupied chair to the right. Shut up, J-Rock. Fake and edited. It's all fake and edited. It's all AI. Everything is AI. Everything.
God, I hate AI.
Oh dear. Everything's AI, guys. Just in case you didn't know, everything's AI.
And instead of paying for programs now, you have to pay for credits, and they can do
You didn't get my
everything now.
reference. You did not get my reference.
No, I'm just annoyed I have to pay for credits to make shorts now with these programs.
Okay. So anyway, what does it penetrate? You want to read a 16?
Ow, chicka, wow, wow. Upon their arrival, one APD officer immediately posted himself to defendant's right and within an arm's length of defendant, blocking his only path of natural travel and or egress. The other after officer positioned himself directly on the other side of a Luigi, forming a human law enforcement bukkake wall, blocking in the Luigi. I made that up. Sorry, I was trying to turn on John. Had the Luigi decided to leave the dining area, he would have required to penetrate through and or physically push, aside the two uniformed and armed officers. A Luigi would have had to penetrate the officers, No reasonable person in the Luigi's position would have believed he could penetrate the officers.
Okay, so like there's a million wet
Slug
chairs
trails.
right now after reading that. Goodness me. How many people would like to have Luigi penetrate them?
Oh. God damn, I realized right as I did that was really funny and that would be clipped immediately. As I was raising my hand, I was like, this is amazingly funny, and oh shit.
Five rounds, yeah. Sorry, John, yeah, I know you'd smash. Excuse me while I want it.
God damn it. I can't even blame the alcohol for that faux pas.
No, you can't. No, you're completely sober these days.
Help me.
Combined action to the two APD officers were designed to not only exhibit the authority and control over the defendant, but also to restrict and totally curtail his liberty. Okay, so we'll get to the point. Prior to the stop, arrest, seizure, and or detention of the defendant, the APD officers had no articulable facts and observed no criminal conduct on the part of the defendant, nor any other evidence indicating that any criminal activity was afoot. Well, I guess not. He was just sitting there eating a McRib. Accordingly, APD lacked reasonable suspicion to engage in this activity. At no time, well, he was a fugitive. Like, he was, like, all over the TV and everything, and they got a call that he matched the description. So I would think they kind of had not probable cause, but reasonable suspicion. Defendant under the 4th Amendment, 14th Amendment to the United States Constitution and under Article 1.8 of the Pennsylvania Constitution. Other than the anonymous 911 call, the APD had no independent corroborating evidence that the defendant was in fact the suspect sought in New York prior to or at the time of their stop and or investigatory detention of the defendant. What do you guys think? Do you think that they've got a hope on this? I don't really think so.
No.
In light of the foregoing, the APD lacked reasonable suspicion for any stop, arrest, seizure, and or investigatory detention of the defendant. Oh, come on. Oh, come on. Nah, this is reach around.
Okay. God damn it, John. I'm deleting that from Discord, but that's very funny.
What is it? What is on Discord?
Something very not safe for work.
Are you being rude, John?
Yes.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, John.
Jesus Christ, John. What does Bunny say? I think I'm the only one who saw it. She deleted it fast. What? Didn't say a word. Good for her. Glad someone is still having. What are you talking about, Bunny?
Oh, this.
Speaking of penetration, in my last chat, a lady accidentally sent the text meant for her husband asking if he wanted a quickie while the kids were watching their show to the chat. It was adorable. God. Oh dear. My theory is whoever did it had multiple lookalikes doing each task. That's interesting. That's interesting because honestly, that photo of him in the hostel doesn't really look like him. It really doesn't. No stamina, hey, fail Italian. Hey, I'm waiting for the DNA bit. We're going to get to the DNA bit. Let's just get to the DNA bit. That's what the stream's about. Let's get there. DNA. Let's go. All right, motion to suppress DNA. Let's go. Let's go. All the previous paragraphs 1 through 64 inclusive are hereby incorporated herein, as if fully set forth herein. While illegally seized, arrested, and detained, the defendant was provided food and soda. While at the Altoona Police Department station, the purpose for the same was to obtain DNA from the defendant for further investigative purposes, insofar as the defendant's detention was illegal for reasons set forth in FRA. Any and all DNA samples, profiles, etc. were poisonous fruits obtained in violation of the protections afforded by the defendant by the constitutions of the United States and this Commonwealth. Wherefore, the defendant prays and requests that the court suppress any and all DNA samples, profiles, etc. Motion to quash information. Motion to dismiss criminal charge forgery. Hang on, forgery. Are they going to get to the point about the code bottom? I'll get to it in a minute. Forgery. All previous paragraphs 1 through 66, inclusive, are hereby incorporated herein, and if fully set forth herein. Defendant has been charged with the count forgery, has he? Pursuant to 18. Really?
In Pennsylvania. His ID.
Ah, the ID. Right. The Commonwealth has failed to support this charge by a prima facie case. Any and all evidence intended to be utilized by the Commonwealth in support of this charge was obtained illegally and in violation of the protections afforded by both the Constitution of the United States as well as this Commonwealth for reasons previously set forth in FRA. He likes his Latin words, yeah? In FRA.
Yeah, he does. I like that.
Yeah. Wherefore, the defendant prays and requests that the court grant relief by quashing and or dismissing the charge of forgery against the defendant, grant any relief that justice may require.
He is Italian. He would know about primo fascist cause.
What?
Oh, primo facie.
Prima facie. Motion to quash information. Motion to dismiss criminal charge. Firearms not to be carried without a license. All previous paragraphs 1 through 70, inclusive, are hereby incorporated herein, as if fully set forth. Okay, we've already gone through all this, but we need to get to the next DNA. Hang on, where's the next DNA? So I need to want to hear DNA. Why should you press DNA? Okay. There we go. obtain DNA. Where's the thing about him having the thing about the...
I believe it's in the PDF.
I'm in the PDF.
Oh, well, it's in there.
They talked about him drinking from the Coke bottle, the can.
Then search for drinking or drink.
Oh, can.
Or
I should
Coke.
have searched the can.
I bet his mom's spaghetti is superb. Oh,
Oh,
yeah, I
plus
should
it's
make
gonna
some
pick
salt.
up. Soda, maybe? Food and soda, while the alternative. The purpose for the same was to obtain DNA from the event. Oh, maybe that's all they got. That's a shame. Yeah, so they didn't take a buccal swab of him. They got it from the can. Why would they not just take a buccal swab from him? He's detained.
Yeah, well, unless they thought they'd need a warrant for that. Well, they would need a warrant for that, and they didn't have one yet, or...
Well, okay, here's the search warrant. Motion to suppress search warrant. All previous paragraphs, 1 through 84 inclusive, are hereby incorporated herein as if fully set forth herein. On December 10, 2024, on or about 12:17 p.m., the Honorable Judge David B. Consiglio. Oh, it's another Italian.
Oh, boy, it's a coup.
Yeah. Woman, how are you? Mom spaghetti. Issued a search warrant which defined the items then seized as property of Luigi Mangione, namely a pair of light gray underwear. Ooh. Oh, baby. Black in color pair of socks, blue jeans, and blue Columbia thermal. To store and ultimately transfer to the custody of the New York Police Department. Describe the premises and or person to be searched as property of Luigi Mangione, DOB 56998, 1998. Jeez, he's young. Wow. Currently being stored by the Pennsylvania Department of Corrections and to be transferred into the custody of the Blair County Sheriff's Office.
Luigi wants his underwear?
They're gonna give the underwear over, just in case like there's any DNA on there. I think.
Oh,
Copies of the search warrant, application, affidavit, and receipt, and inventory are not attached by virtue of an order issued by Honorable Judge David B. Consiglio, dated 12/12/24, sealing the same for good cause.
But those
Hey,
underwear
Rachel.
are pretty valuable.
Yeah.
It's gonna
Please
go
give
missing.
Luigi a tour of the White House. You're making porcupine meatballs this weekend? I hear they're not great. Like, they're pretty boring. Maybe you should want to put some chili in it or something. From the information known to the defendant, there appears no basis for a hearing pursuant to Frank's video. Oh, he wants a... No Frank's hearing is requested at this point. Well, when you hear the word Frank's, it's like, yeah, ears prick up. But he's not actually asking for a Frank's hearing.
Oh,
He just wants it quashed.
rookie.
That's it.
He's got to challenge the watermark.
Well, he doesn't want one. He just wants... Hang on. He just wants the whole thing... He just wants the whole thing suppressed.
He just
So
wants it
he's not- he's-
suppressed because...
Well... He wants it suppressed because there's no prima facie case.
It's the legal equivalent of, screw you guys, I'm going home.
Yeah, it is. It is. The affidavit fails to state probable cause. Absent probable cause, the issuance of the search warrant violated the 4th Amendment and 14th Amendment to the United States Constitution and Article 1, Section 8 of the Pennsylvania Constitution. But he doesn't want a Frank's hearing, he just wants it suppressed.
Jeez. Even Mercado asked for one.
This guy's he's pretty ballsy, hey?
Porcupine ballsy.
I love this guy. He's good. I mean, like, is he just throwing shit out there, or what?
A lot of this is, yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if the affidavit fails to state probable cause,
yeah,
absent probable cause, the issuance of a search warrant violated the First, Fourth Amendment and 14th Amendment to the United States Constitution and of Article 1, Section 8 of the Pennsylvania Constitution. Wherefore, the court has requested to suppress all and any evidence seized pursuant to the search warrant identified in paragraph 86, herein above, and issued on December 12, 2024, at or about 12:17 p.m., and the fruits thereof. So, fruits of the poisonous tree, in fact. So that would be full on, if he managed to get that, but he's not going to.
No. Oh, yeah.
And there's another search warrant. Motion to suppress, search warrant 9th of the 12th. I always say 9th of the 12th. Hey, 5 excited utterance memberships. Thank you so much. I wonder why it says hella mad when I've changed it back to hella. That's weird. Thank you, John. Aren't you sweet? Aren't you sweet? Love ya. Love ya. You are so late, Ginny. Yes, you are. You are.
Well, we're glad you're here.
But yes, we are glad you're here. You heard Luigi likes the Franks, so I have heard that. I have heard that he likes a particular style of Franks as well. Thank you, John. It's so nice of you. I don't think they have the rides. I don't think they have the ride there. Guys, if you get here late, make sure you watch the beginning part again, because I spent a lot of time on the intro song. I really did. He likes the Polish ones. On or about the 9th and the 12th, 2024, at or about 6 p.m., the Honorable Judge David B. Consiglio issued a search warrant which identified the items to be searched and seized as electronic devices, including but not limited to all cell phones, laptops, and firearms. How's a firearm an electronic device? All firearms, all firearm magazines, ammunition and silencers, identification including U.S. passports and driver's license, all transportation ticketing items, handwritten notes. Hang on.
I think they have electronic firearms now.
Buckle swabs. So he gave a buckle swab search warrant. So what are they doing getting his DNA off a can? And clothing worn by the person of Luigi Nicholas Mangione.
Unless they did it just before the search warrant was approved.
Maybe.
Because it was easier to get a jump on it. But that's sloppy.
That is sloppy. Forensic extraction of all electronic media, including laptops, cell phones, digital cameras. Oh, dear.
But this probable cause wasn't gotten based on the DNA from the Coke can, so I don't think it was, so it shouldn't matter.
It doesn't say Helen Murphy. That's weird. Yeah, you can see it on the screen there, right? I don't know. Copies of the search warrant application, affidavit, and receipt and inventory are not attached by virtue of an order issued by Honorable Judge David B. Consiglio, sealing the same for good cause. From the information known to the defendant, there appears no basis for a hearing pursuant to Franks v. Delaware, and no Franks hearing is requested at this point. The affidavit fails to state probable cause. Well, if it fails to state probable cause, there's an issue. This is all an issue. I mean, he's actually correct.
Yeah.
This actually does seem like they haven't bothered to get a proper search warrant. like that the judge has just allowed the search warrant to go ahead without an affidavit. This is exactly what happened with Koberger, right? So the cops don't put an affidavit with their request for search warrant, right? So they're supposed to put an affidavit with it. It's supposed to be attached. So if the affidavit's not attached, then that doesn't meet the standard for probable cause. It's really important. Yeah, I suppose, yeah, and with Koberger, they went and tried to get a Franks hearing. They didn't even get a Franks hearing.
Yeah.
So the country's running amok, right? So like cops don't seem to have to do the work anymore, right?
No.
You don't have to put an affidavit in with your application for a search warrant. You could just go, hey, can I have a search warrant, please? Yeah, sure. I've got a dude with bushy eyebrows here. Oh, okay, bushy eyebrows, guilty. Guilty, you can search whatever you want. Off you go.
Toodles.
Off you go. Yeah, toodles. Ah, this bit, the Fifth Amendment. Right, okay, so it's alleged that during the arraignment before Magistrate Ben Johns, the defendant made certain statements. And we all saw the arraignment, remember? Actually, no, not that arraignment,
No,
different
that was
arraignment.
the New York one.
Yeah, so this is, this is the arraignment in Pennsylvania. Okay, so defendant had previously invoked his Fifth Amendment right to remain silent, as protected by the Fifth Amendment of the Constitution of the United States, as well as Article 1, Section 9 of the Pennsylvania Constitution. Said statements were obtained in violation of the aforesaid protections. The purported meaning of the statements is based on speculation by the Altoona Police Department. Wherefore, the defendant respectfully prays and requests that this honorable court suppress any and all statements allegedly made during the arraignment. Okay, so he invoked his Fifth Amendment right to remain silent. So he must have actually said, I invoke my Fifth Amendment right. Like he actually said something like that. Because they usually don't take it. They usually just keep going at you. Unless you actually say, I want my lawyer, I won't be speaking. Motion in lemonade. I wish I had my lemonade. The reference to the manifesto. David. Reference to the manifesto. All previous paragraphs 1 through 99 inclusive are hereby incorporated herein as it's fully set forth herein. The Altoona Police Department illegally seized a notebook which allegedly contains numerous personal writings covering a plethora of personal experiences of the defendant. A plethora. If you invoke your Fifth Amendment right but continue to talk, you didn't invoke your Fifth Amendment right. Yeah, but if they don't Mirandize you, then what? Depends if they, I would think they would have Mirandized him. A member of the Altoona Police Department improperly and without justification labeled these writings and or notebook as manifesto. That's a problem, you would think, because that just spread everywhere, right?
Yeah.
The use of this characterization of the defendant's alleged personal experiences and writings is incorrect, improper, and without justification and has no probative value. Yeah. Defendant believes that this characterization was done so solely for the purpose to prejudice the defendant and put him in a negative light before the public, all in an effort to prejudice any potential jury pool. Wherefore, the defendant prays and requests that the court preclude the Commonwealth from referring to any writings purported to be authored by the defendant as a manifesto. I think that's fair. I think that they should not be allowed to call it manifesto.
No.
Like, that's absolutely fair.
Very prejudicial.
It's very prejudicial. Yeah. If he didn't call it manifesto, it shouldn't be called manifesto. There's a manned rocket launch. Really?
Sorry, that was my cat.
I don't see any manned rocket launch. Is that right? Really? It's his diary. Get it right? Yeah, it's Dear Diary.
Okay.
I don't like United Healthcare. I don't even know if he said that. I haven't seen the manifesto.
Tina was mean to me in study hall.
Funny thing is, one of the initial officers has only been on the force for 6 months, and they were singing his praises at a press conference that night of the arrest. I'm not surprised. There's so many people on the law enforcement side and the correctional officers side who seem to just love him. He's made so many friends in prison as well. Luigi's Pinafesto, get it? Because he's Italian. Oh, Pinafesto. Yes, yes, we get it, John. Really? How many people are on the astronauts? Really? Whenever I hear about manned flights, I just think about Challenger. Boom.
Well, thanks.
Sorry, it's just I watched a documentary on it the other day, a few weeks ago, and it's just like stuck in my mind.
Shuttle was a stupid program, anyways.
Boom.
But
Yeah.
yeah, there was like a regular school teacher on there that wasn't an astronaut.
That's what they always talk about. They only really talk about her.
No, screw the others. It was just like
Yeah, they rarely
teacher.
talk about the others. They
Yeah.
just talk about the teacher. Yeah.
Oh, you won a contest into space.
Yeah. And then they show the one that was the backup, and she was like watching
Yeah.
it, and she's just like, oh,
Awkward.
awkward. Motion to supplement and/or amend pending receipt of disclosures and discovery pursuant to CRIM P573B and the other one, as herein above requested and/or as otherwise amended, obtained, the defendant reserves the right to supplement and/or amend this omnibus pretrial motion for relief. I like the word omnibus. And to move for leave to supplement and/or to amend. Wherefore, the defendant gives notice of the reservation of the right to supplement or to amend it. Okay. Tom Dickey Law Officers. What else is in here? 36 pages. Public access policy certification. Oh, okay. These are the exhibits. So this would be the warrants. Docket entry. Okay. Search warrant and affidavit, if not sealed, personally served. Black shoes, black backpack with clothing, hair clippers, food wrapper, wireless earphones, leggings. What? He had leggings?
Ooh.
Black neck guard. Oh, that was that cute neck guard he had on. Okay. Fair enough. I think of that too. I lived in Daytona. Did you witness it? Really?
Wow.
Wow. Yeah, it was pretty nasty. That was pretty nasty. Now, just one thing before we finish up. Where is it? People have been releasing. Here we go. I need to stop this screen and start another one. people have been releasing his letters now. So look, he's doing this thing where he's cataloging.
Who
Yeah.
he writes to or receives.
Yeah, he's been making a list of people that he's been writing to and receiving information
Smart.
from. Yeah. And like so, and he's writing on like a legal pad.
I mean, brilliant PR campaign.
Appendix 2 of 8. Oh, sorry, hang on. Oh, this would be February?
Yeah, received February 8th to February 14th.
Okay, because yeah, I don't understand
Sure.
your dates there. Okay, so these are things that he's received. God, he's getting a lot of mail. Right?
Wade Wilson wishes he had this kind of ground support.
Wow, look at it all. Okay, forgive my engineering background if this feels a bit technical, but I know the people who took the time and spent the money sending letters will appreciate verifying their letters' receipts. I hope this catalog provides transparency into the mail process, which is my means of communication with the outside world while in pretrial detention. The above format is chosen to maintain anonymity while simultaneously allowing self-identification. Note that in instances when part of the return address did not survive the photocopy gauntlet, I have substituted question mark in quotation marks for the missing name, zip, or date. Thank you again to everyone who took the time to write. I look forward to hearing more in the future. Luigi. There you go. And so, yeah, a lot of his letters now are coming out, and you can tell, like, if they're real because of his writing and stuff. He's very well written and seems quite nice. He dropped a scheduled YouTube video the moment he got arrested.
I remember that.
He's pretty tech savvy. He's a double major, Penn State. Yes, he is. Yes, he is. And he was the valedictorian of his class. Indeed. Everyone loves Luigi, except, you know, people who don't. And the government. He's your hubby woman. And healthcare CEOs. There's always those. Pat says, my letter should be in there, but it got returned unopened. Refused. Oh, aww. I wonder what Pat sent. All right, guys. Put your comments in the comment section if you're on replay or if you just feel like it. We'll be keeping you guys up to date with any more Luigi stuff as they come along. I'm interested in seeing what Karen Agnolfino has to say at her next little jaunt out on the pavement, as she does, because she likes to give her little press updates, and she's pretty badass. I like her.
Yeah.
I like her. You don't have much good that comes out of Baltimore, Maryland. Okay.
Fair.
All right, cool. All right, I may be going on a panel later, but I have to get confirmation on that one. Let me just see if I have. Okay, yeah, I might be going on the prof at 8 or 9 Eastern. So, yeah, keep an eye out for that. But apart from that, might be doing a melody stream tomorrow. Haven't done one for 2 weeks because I had the cyclone yesterday.
Oh, yeah.
No worries, Love versus Money. Thank you for being here. Much appreciated. Bye, Salvatore. That's not you.
Yeah, I know.
All right. Time for the song, everybody. Time for the song. Her name was Helen.
Nazi. She was a fake lawyer from the future. She got on YouTube and made some live streams. The co-host is Dolly and she dances sometimes. The words are always so loud and because she's an 803.